Namaste, good morning, good noon, good afternoon, good evening, good night, as per your time zone, the learned world citizen. I welcome you on my YouTube channel, Argumentative Ayurveda, Global Argumentative Ayurveda. My global friends, we had discussed till date the status of Ayurveda in WHO, USA, of course in Europe, and today I am willing to interact with you the status of Ayurveda, in fact the whole healthcare system in Africa, in African continent. Next will be Asia, major Asia, then next and the final, I think so, the Australia and the New Zealand. I have received many information from many places about all these things. People are taking interest, getting and collecting all these information, interacting with us. So once again, I express my gratitude to all of you for giving your attention to us. So what is the general status of healthcare system in Africa? And when I say Africa, I mean continent of Africa. So if you see the reports of the WHO and its program, United Nations program about the achievement of the SDG and substantial sustainable development goal 3, specifically health and the wellness, or the health and the simply the possibility is there, which is not very promising. If you think about the good health and the well-being of our fellow citizens or brothers and sisters living in the African region, they are far behind even the basic facilities of the healthcare system and the other system of the life. We all are working on that line. When I say we, means all globe, to uplift the life style or the living facilities of the human being residing in that part of the world. I have gone through a lot of literature and noticed that if you are talking about the status of the traditional system of medicine of the different African countries, keeping aside Ayurveda now for just 5-6 minutes, then they are very rich in their traditional system of medicine. And their bioresources are also very rich. And it's a survey that over 60% populations of that region is completely relying on the traditional system of their respective traditional system to cure their ailments. Then what is not there? Why they are not having a good setup for the service of the people through their respective traditional system of medicine? And the answer is the only one, that is the lack of awareness, lack of policies from the government, lack of regulatory frame for the practice of the traditional system of the medicine. Their own. I am not talking about the Ayurveda or the traditional Chinese medicine or the traditional medicines of the other countries. No, I am referring only those traditional system of medicines which are very much inherited there only in the native traditional system of those countries of the African continent. Yes, I have gone through the literature and found that the Zambia and the Ghana are these two countries have recognized Ayurveda as a system of medicine. But I think better to talk first their traditional system of medicine and later part about the probability or the recognition of the Ayurveda system of the medicine. See, the education system for the traditional system of medicine, there in any countries of the Africa except South Africa or maybe some more, situation or the educational framework is not appropriate for the traditional system of the medicine. And if you talk about the pharmacopoeia, then again here is a disappointment. But situation is not pessimistic. The overall situation of the African continent is very optimistic. I have data through some write-ups that there is a organization which surveyed it and reported that in the 2000 only 8 African countries, name is not mentioned there because they are just generalized, otherwise I was able to count the name of the countries. The national traditional medicine policy in the 2000 was there only for the 8 countries of the African continent, but now in the up to the 2018 it was 39, and certainly there may be enhancement of this number. They are saying that now the condition may be that the 100% countries of the African continent is having the policy for the traditional system of the medicine. And the most promising is about the regulatory framework. In the year 2000, only one country was there. Once again in that survey, the name of the country is not given. And now it has been increased up to the 40. So these two things are indicating that they are very much interested, very much careful, and they are very much planning for these systems of the medicine, to their own system of the medicine, to look into their development, their establishment in their conventional health system as an integrated part. And there are some countries, once again only number is given, that more than 20 countries of the Africa has integrated approach from this conventional allopathic system of the medicine and the their own traditional system of the medicine. Means in the Africa, and I mean in the African continent, the situation of the health status or the SDG 3 is inviting attention of everyone who is thinking about the betterment of the humanity, who is thinking of the fellow citizens there who are living in those scarcity of the life. So if you think how Ayurveda may be beneficial to them, and what are the chances of an Ayurvedic physician to be there, and certainly what are the chances for the Ayurvedic medicines to be there in those countries? It is a question. So here is an opportunity to propagate Ayurvedic system of medicine in Africa. Our Honorable Minister, Union Cabinet Minister, Sri Sarvanand Sonewal ji stated in the February 2022 that Ministry of Ayush is taking special care to propagate Ayush systems, particularly Ayurveda, in African continent, and certainly Ministry is looking seriously to that area also, not only working for the acceptance in the USA or the Europe or the Australia and the New Zealand or the Asia, but that part also. Because there we have two approach in our mind. One is the propagation of Ayurvedic system of medicine to provide the benefits of this system of medicine to the sorry extremely sorry, this is the change in the temperature of the area which is affecting. So if you see what Ayurveda may do there in African continent, here is a very better opportunities at the larger canvas. I was referring that there are the two approaches. One is the servicing of the humanity, a poor population, economically poor population, weaker population, and another approach is to benefit them by our own wisdom, our own knowledge, because the education system we have for Ayush systems in Ayurveda, particularly in Ayurveda in India, our regulatory framework, our provisions, parameters and the restrictions for the productions of the Ayurvedic medicines are much better in comparison of those countries. So if their traditional medicines and their traditional medicinal product is not available in the category of a quality, safe and the efficacious traditional medicines, then Ayurvedic medicines may fulfill that gap till they are coming up. And it is happening. Many Ayurvedic manufacturers with the COPP certification are supplying medicine to all the countries of the African continent, Ghana, Guyana, Gambia, Zimbabwe, like that. So my submission before you is that Africa is giving you opportunity, and if you are not having very much lucrative ideas about Europe or the USA and want to serve the people as well as, yes, there is some problem of in many deeper countries of the African continent, specifically in the sub-Sahara Africa. I don't want to make any comment because this is the international policies, and under the international policies we should not make any comment on the internal status of any country or internal issues of any country. So I am differing from making any comment, but you have to be alert, and you may do the practice of Ayurveda there with some easy and the freeness of the law in comparison of the Europe and the USA. So friends, as people are giving a slogan calling you, so Africa is calling you, and there are opportunities. And there are already some business policies. See, the case of the daughter of the former Kenyan Prime Minister who got her vision from the Sridharyam, and it was a global international news endorsed by the diplomacy or the diplomatic channels of the Kenya and India. Our Honorable Prime Minister referred this achievement of the Ayurveda in his statements, and of course in the function of the Gandhinagar in April 2022, that girl was point of attraction, which was totally blind, but with the Ayurvedic treatment she got her vision, she got her second life. So I can say, submit before you, that if you have a very proper common sense, if you have a sense of humor, and if you have attitude to serve the humanity, almost, yes, economy is involved everywhere, currency is involved everywhere, own economic status is involved everywhere. But with the economy, if you have such kind of the diversion in your mind, if you have this kind of thought in your mind, if you have some spiritual touch that you have to serve the humanity almost with the doing all the need of your own family, specifically, which are being fulfilled through the economic help to the family, and it is not so bad. So you will be there in the economical benefit also, and you can serve the humanity also. You can have a peace of mind that you are serving to the society which needs you very much, the society which is suffering. And till they are not developing their own, even the allopathy system of medicine and the traditional system of the medicines, Ayurveda may be answer of their call of health, and you may be the ambassador there to serve them through the Ayurvedic system of medicines. Thank you, friends, and for listening and for giving all this your attention. Certainly we will be in touch, and my next episode will be on the Asian region. Till that, namaste, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, as per your time zone. We will meet again, see you again with some data and analysis of opportunities of Ayurveda in the Asian region. Thank you. Thank you all.